Welcome to 100% LCFC. It's a bit blustery down here. Thanks for joining us. Lots of things to talk about if you're a Leicester City fan. First of all, let me know if you can hear me. I'm Phil, I'm 100% LCFC, and I'm down here outside the King Power Stadium. I've just come down, to be honest, to see what's going on down here. Pick up my tickets to the big Champions League match. Very excited about it. Last 16, Seville. It's cost me a few quid. It's cost everybody a few quid, hasn't it, watching Leicester? So I'm going to start off by saying reports I'm reading in The Sun that Leicester players are a bit tired. I find it a little bit hard to swallow at the moment. I mean, it could just be The Sun coming out with some nonsense and saying players are tired, they've had a terrific last 12 months, so, you know, bear with them, they're a bit tired. I'll tell you who's tired, it's the Leicester fans who have to go out and work all day, do a 40-50 hour week to afford to go down and spend 150 quid like I've just done to take my kids to watch the Champions League match. And yeah, I'm pretty tired, and on my day off on Sunday I'm not going to be putting my feet up eating Sunday dinner. I'm going to be back down here with you lot being the 12th man. Let us know your thoughts. I don't want to rant too much, I want to hear what people are saying, so put your comments in. I can see 100% Alex Smith is watching. Alex, I thought you were in Rome. Hopefully you're not watching this in Rome, hopefully you're enjoying the Colosseum. Nathan's joined and is watching. Please do put your comments in here. I'm going to read out some of the comments as soon as people have in there. Here's something for us to comment about is Leonardo Ulloa. He didn't leave the club in transfer window. What are we going to do with him? He's come out, I think, and publicly said all he needs is an olive branch and he'll play. You know, and I'm going to ask the question to everybody who's watching is, do you think Leonardo Ulloa should play this Sunday? After watching the game against Southampton, after watching us play at Burnley, can Ulloa do any worse than the strikers who are there? Right, a few comments started to come in. If it's a chore to go on Sunday, I'll have your ticket, says Simon Winson. I never said it was a chore, Simon. I just said the players are tired, apparently, and on our days off, we come down and watch them play. So we work 5-day weeks and then we come and follow them. And many fans, I didn't go to Burnley on Tuesday, lots of fans had a horrendous journey up there. Have told us how bad it was on the M6 at that time of day. And then to watch it in the blistering, horrible rain, you know, crikey, I think it's a bit rich to come out and say you're tired at the moment. So Simon, no, you're not having a ticket, because I believe we can beat Manchester United on Sunday. I'm going to be positive. I think the time to be negative is done now. What's done is done. That, you know, people are still slating the players. I think it's time that I started a bit of a campaign yesterday saying Leicester fans be the 12th man, and that's exactly what I think we should be. I know we always are. People will say, well, we always are the 12th man. We are, but there is some days, and you can be honest and admit it, that some days it's a bit quieter than other days. And this Sunday, it's Man United. I can't think of any better. That's the best game, if you ask me, we could have this Sunday. One of the biggest clubs in Europe and the world down here. The fans will be up for it. The players, my goodness me, they should be up for it. Let us know your comments. Ilona Wilban says, we're going to see Kaputska playing soon. Well, Iona, he's come out. Again, it reported in the press today that he potentially could have gone in January, but he decided he wanted to stay, wanted to fight for his place. And you know, I think everybody knows my thoughts on Kaputska. I can't say he's good, I can't say he's bad, but I tell you, because I haven't seen him. But when you're playing that poorly, and with that little, what looks like that little half, surely you give the bloke a chance. I think he was a Polish player of the season last year, you know. And if you think of some of the other players who were potentially in that one, Mark Wright says drop Vardy and play Leo. Yeah, he could do. Guy Cooper says he's watching from Cornwall. As a foxhole, I'll be able to get in the ground again soon. Yeah, you might do, but hey ho. I think that's the thing about being the 12th man is what some of the players and what some of the club, even the chairman, need to realise is, I'll be down here. I hope I'm still down here in 20, 30 years' time. I hope I'm still around then. I'll be coming. If they're in League One, if they're in non-league, I'll still come, as will most fans. I've been coming while I've watched rubbish, years and years of rubbish. I'm not fussed that this year isn't as good as last year. It's not the end of the world. What we're all fussed about, and that's the difference, is seeing effort. You know, the day we got relegated at Stoke, I at least saw the players put some effort in that day. earlier, I think that season we went to Peterborough away and saw the players not put any effort in. Jermaine Beckford, some of you might have stood away at Peterborough with me on that day and seen Jermaine Beckford wouldn't even bother going up for a corner, which was shocking. And we're sort of seeing bits like that where you just think, are these players bothered? A few comments saying, Stefan says play Ulloa and Slimani and drop Vardy. What is going on with Jamie Vardy? If any of you want to have some entertainment, go on Twitter and read somebody's Twitter account, which isn't Vardy's, but I don't want to mention any names because it's highly entertaining and quite interesting. Daniel says, why not Vardy? Well, I don't think Vardy's been on fire. Julie says, yes, play him 100%, Ulloa. Costa says, we'll be in the bottom 3 after Sunday. To be fair, Costa, if results go against us, we could be in the bottom 3 before Sunday's match even kicks off. I think I'm right in saying Palace are playing Sunderland on Saturday, so one of those is going to pick up some points somewhere down the line. Steve Finch says players are tired, now that's a joke. Yeah, I think that is a bit of a joke. I think it's ridiculous and not the right sort of thing to be coming out with, because it's just nonsense. When most of you fans who went up to Burnley fought up through the M6, you're stuck in cars, you're in your old Corsas or your Novas or a Ford Focus, or you're on the team buses you have to get down here at 3 o'clock, and they're going up in executive buses the day before, staying in a top-notch hotel or flying first class, so let's please not use that. Jamie Preston says 12th man. Yeah, I agree. I think all the fans need to do it. Stefan says Kaputska is a good shout. Don't think he'll play for a minute. I don't think Kaputska's suddenly going to come in, so really interesting if you guys think he is. I totally think he should. I mean, I think you all know that, but that's only because we've got a player there. We've signed for 6-7 million, and we're not even having a look at him. We're not even giving him a chance. Ranieri is saying he's not good enough. Well, I think we could all argue there's probably 8 or 9 other players on the pitch who you might say are not necessarily good enough. Reese Clifton, hi Reese, thanks for watching, says we should drop Vardy. Harley Muggleston, hi Harley, says Ndidi looks like a great signing. Maybe should have brought another centre-half instead of the guy on loan. Again, I would agree with you. Early signs from Ndidi is he looks strong, he looks powerful, he looks quick. He looks like he could be a good signing. Time will tell. Jason Castleton, full of hope, says we'll get beat. Jason, no. What a better time to play Man United. They drew last night with Hull. Everybody, the King Power Stadium is going to be rocking. Let's make it rock. And I think we'll beat them. I honestly do. I think we're going to beat Man United. Matthew Waln, sorry, hi Matthew, thanks for commenting. Says Gray is a huge disappointment. Give Kaputska a game. Finally, you're all starting to join me on get Kaputska in. Get him in. Let's play this guy, for God's sake. John Cooper says Leicester City all the way. That's the idea of being 100% LCFC. Iona says we need to give him a chance. Do you mean Ulloa or Kaputska? Chris Brigham says they've lost their confidence. Our fans don't help with their moaning. I think fans have got a right to have a moan, Chris. We won the league last season and we'll turn it around. Stop being negative. Hey, listen, I ain't being negative, but as a 100% LCFC Scott would say, let's not be an ostrich and stick our heads in the ground. This is not good this season. Come Sunday, we could be in the bottom 3. We need to address that. We need to realise that. Here's a question for you. Do you keep singing Champions of England? We're Champions of England, we know who we are. We can sing it till May, can't we? But is that sending out the wrong message to the players now? That the fans keep chanting and telling them we're champions? Because I tell you what, this season we ain't playing like champions. We're not defending like champions. We're not defending our champions title like champions, are we? So do you keep singing we are champions? Or do you get whistling and singing the Great Escape? Because I tell you, that's more what's going on. 2 years ago, we had to do the Great Escape. We all realised it was a great escape. This year, I think a lot of people are going into it blind. I think singing Champions of England, I love singing it, and I'll be there singing it as well, but I'm just asking, do fans think we need to stop singing it? A few more fans here. Mark Frierson, hi Mark, thanks for watching, says, I hope we win, but after recent form, something needs to give. Hopefully Slimani is fit, and may use him and Musa. I know 100% LCFC Scott is not a big fan of Musa at the moment. Jason Wells says, come on Leicester, play Ulloa. Wayne Pycroft says, I think Claudio needs to put an arm around Leo and get back on song and play him as soon as he's fit. Yeah, well, there's a question. Do you actually think Leo Joa is actually unfit? My guess would be he's not. Oliver Lacey said, would you take Crouch? Yeah, of course I'd have took Crouch or Defoe. I've been crying out for a few weeks that we need three things I'd say we didn't do in the signings, and they could have been all in one player or different players. But if you ask me, when was the last time we signed any player with Premier League experience? Answer that. When was the last player with any Premier League experience? Number two, when was the last time we signed a British player? Now, I am not being racist. I don't want anybody to go there. By British, I mean anybody who's got, again, it comes back to that Premier League or Championship experience. And there's the third question. We all know what happened with Jamie Vardy. What's happened? We've picked up a player from a non-league team and said, there you go, give it all your guts and glory, go for it. When was the last time we dipped down into the Championship and looked at any of their players? When was the last time we looked at League One and thought, do you know what, he's been really good, he's an up-and-coming... I've been saying somebody like Will Hughes from Derby, again, looked good on Friday against us. Why are we not looking in these areas anymore? It's like we've said, I'm not looking for players who've been around and done it, and a bit of experience, like Huth had done. So yeah, to answer that question, would I have took Peter Crouch? He's got his 100th league goal last night, of course we'd have took him. And Defoe. Huth, Matthew Warren says Huth was the last player we signed with any Premier League experience. I actually disagree. I think it was Nathan Dyer when we took him on loan. I think he was the last one. Simon Swain says we need another Cotty. Eddie Bland, hi Eddie, thanks for watching. He says, enough is enough. I love my club and we're in dire straits. Forget last season, it's done, it's over. Ranieri has failed all season. Tired, tried this, tried that, and nothing has worked. No management, no motivation, and no idea. Eddie, I hear what you're saying. Do you know what? I'd be really interested to be a fly on the wall in that changing rooms on Saturday. Because I tell you what, I'm sure there's a lot of fans watching this who would love to go and stand in there, in that changing room, and say, see this badge, lads? You see that? Do you see that? And do you see that club? And do you see this city? We're going to be here for years to come. You guys might not be here for years to come, but by God, you can put some effort in for our club, please, today. Because I don't mind losing. I don't think any fan minds losing, do we? But what we do mind is not seeing the effort. Andy Gibson says, bring back Lineker. Is it? Interesting poll we ran the other day. I am rambling here. Apologies. We did a poll between who's the best midfielder, was it or Danny Drinkwater, and I thought it would be a close call. But I think it's perhaps the mood of the camp at the moment, mood of the fans, is that Danny Drinkwater... My dad just phoned me in the middle of this, can you believe that? Breaking my live stream. Dad, you should be watching this. I'm ranting. Anyway, Tommy Longmer says, Tammy Abraham, once he's finished his loan from Bristol City, young and showing a lot of potential. It's a good shout. Sam Pack says, we're fearless, get behind the boys. Totally, that's exactly what we're doing. 100% LCFC, and we are going to be the 12th man. Nathan Steen says, we missed Snodgrass. Yeah, we did. 10 million. We should have had him. Surely he'd have fancied coming to Leicester and having a go in the Champions League with us rather than going to West Ham. Jamie Preston says we signed Huth before Dyer. Yeah, that's what I mean. So Dyer was the last one. Will Thorogood says Claudio forever. He is. He's godlike status. Last few comments. Luke Hansford says Benalouan surely deserves a chance. Luke, maybe he does. But again, this is part of the transfer issue. Did you watch him play last year? Because trust me, it makes Vasilevsky look consistent. Wayne Pycroft says the fans need answers as to what's happening behind the scenes. I'm just looking at that nice Mercedes behind me and wondering who's in that. We need another trip to Thailand, says Danny B. Daniel Fox says the only points Burnley lost at home were against Arsenal. Sorry, the only points Burnley lost at home were against Arsenal, and that was lucky. So losing to a dodgy goal in the 87th minute isn't that bad. The tide has got to change soon. Yeah, again, I mean, I wasn't at the match, but I did watch it on a stream, and the overall performance was better, but it really wasn't up to much if you ask me, Daniel. So I actually don't quite agree with that. Last few comments, please get them in. Reece Clifton sums it up really nicely. As long as they put in 100%, I couldn't care less. Yeah, I don't. If we go down, we go down. I don't want us to, but if we played with our hearts all season, and that's all you can ever ask from anybody, isn't it? It's to try. It's to try 100%. And I'm not being funny. Look as though you're trying as well. Sophia Tom, not sure who you're referring to, so I'm not going to mention that. Dave Loseby says, I do wish Claudio wouldn't keep coming out after games saying we've played well. He must be watching different games to us. Well, yeah, I think that's a manager's way, isn't it? But again, it would be nice sometimes to potentially hear a manager come out and say he's not good enough. Oliver Lacey saying, we've got an English striker called Adam Armstrong. He's young, fast and exciting to watch that we could have signed. Again, there's hundreds and hundreds of players out there in the lower leagues. Samantha Flowers just drove past you. Hello, if that was you tooting. Stefan says losing to Burnley was bad. Rob Bryant says the club should have invested and taken the opportunity to become an established Premier League side. 2 poor transfer windows has put us in this position. Someone needs to be accountable. I think you're probably right there, Rob, that we had... I thought at the start of this season, perhaps I was being too positive, I thought we were going to be top 4. I even thought we might be challenging for the title again. I honestly did. And the fact, I thought top 4. And then I started, after the first results, I thought, all right, well, top six, let's go for Europa League. That would be an all right season. Then you start thinking mid-table stability. And then we've sort of slipped with our eyes wide open into we're in a full-on relegation battle, and please, nobody can... I know a couple of wins and we could move away, but where are those wins coming from? Because we've got Man United this week and Swansea the next week. Danny B says, to be honest, I reckon they'll sack him before the Seville game. I would say, at the moment, what's the point in sacking Ranieri? If you're going to bring a manager in, surely you do it for the transfer window. Mark Harrison says, where was the 18 million signing? That was on TalkSport, we're raving about. Don't know, it didn't happen. And again, another one I'd say is Sacco, who went from Liverpool to Palace late on transfer deadline day. Now, some of you might say Sacco's not good enough, but he's rated at 20 million. Palace has got him for 3 million on loan to the end of the season. And again, I'll refer back to the fact that our Udinese star, Mr. Wagyu, who I've never seen play, and he could be amazing, but my suspicions are after 11 games this season where he hasn't won, I believe, for Udinese, and never played in the Premier League, if you'd have offered me Sacco for £3 million, I think that would have been a much more sensible loan. And again, the guy could have played in the Champions League. Thank you for so many comments. So many people putting comments in. Tom Hoger's watching and Tom Eaton's watching. Come on, Tom. Tom Eaton is watching, and Mr. Tom is a Man United fan. Tom, are you worried about coming down here? Is it going to be another 5-2? 5-3? 4-3? What? Tom, you're watching. Let me know your comments. Are you coming down in your Man United shirt all the way? It's a long way from East Goscott, pal. I know it is, to come down and support the your glory hunter. Last couple of fun comments. Hi mate, says Andy Gibson. Give a big shout out to Guy Cooper in Cornwall. Hi Guy Cooper in Cornwall. Come on the Foxes, let's win and let's get behind them all the way. Totally agree. So we're going to end up, let's get... Tom Eaton says he didn't hear that. You should do, it's not far away. You can probably hear me direct. 12th man, let's finish with that everybody. Let's get down here. Get down to our fantastic club. We're going to love it down here. Let's show the fans. Let us, the fans, my suggestion is the fans need to show the players that we're still at it. Whether you want to sing Champions of England still, that's fine. We're possibly the only chance in our lives we're going to sing it. I'm just saying, maybe this Sunday, don't sing it. Maybe start seeing The Great Escape. Start showing some of that raw passion again. Get clapping the clappers. Get cheering the lads on. No need to be booing them. It doesn't help. But I think we can let them know with some mighty roars and some big singing that actually the fans are down here to do business again. We forgot about last season. It's done. It's this season now. There's not many games left. Let's pick up 3 points. Thank you for watching. I'm Phil. This is 100% LCFC. I'm going to leave you with some last views down here of our beloved ground. See you on Sunday. Come and find us, by the way, down here at the Blues Bar before kick-off. If you don't know where it is, it's not hard. There's the ground. There's the Blues Bar. Just been in speaking to Dave, the manager. He says come in. All the fans come in anyway. We're going to be inside filming inside the bar before the match and after the match, so come and find us here at the Blues Bar about 3 o'clock on kick-off. Straight after the match we'll be filming, we'll be chatting, hopefully lots of positive things to be talking about, and we'll see you there. Ricky Gilbert says, this is what we're going to finish off with, Ricky Gilbert saying, let's be the 12th man, lots of noise, and try to give them a boost. Well said, Ricky. 12th man, hashtag it, keep spreading the message, we're going to be pushing it. Keep it Leicester City, we're here forever, goodbye.